TikTok did not like the last video I posted, The Hell That Was Paradox Part 2, and I think it because it's a rather violent historical story. I'm going to try to use the word unalived, and there's a term for a group of people traveling together that TikTok does not like us to use because of the political climate. So I'm going to call those people a train, a wagon train, instead of what I called them in the last video. The last video might be up, but I think you're gonna have to go look for it because it's not gonna be on your algorithm because it's so violent. So anyway, part 2 of The Hell That Was Paradox. You remember Con Young. The author does not know why he was called King Con Young, but look at this man. He is so beautiful and his sons are so symmetrical. I think that's very strange that these movie star looking men ended up in Western Colorado. And you'll remember my last video, which wasn't a part, it was just a rabbit hole rant.
Fucking kidding me.
His family worked on the Mormon temple in Nauvoo, and it was so sad because the Mormon women, they gave up their mittens and their shoes and their knitting needles. They donated all of that to help the construction of this temple. And what's so sad about it is that they only got to enjoy this temple for less than a decade before the Gentiles took over. And I don't know if I'm allowed to use that word. But they had to get out of that Nauvoo area and go to Salt Lake. And this is where this next story, part 2, comes in. And on the Spanish Trail, which you know I love the Spanish Trail, Con Young and his brother Henry were traveling across along the Spanish Trail by Cedar City, and they were camping, and there was a fugitive from a wagon train. Now this wagon train had been surrounded near Cedar City. If you look at this awful event in history, the Mountain Meadow unaliving, it was really, really horrible. And I would definitely, if you haven't heard about that, I would definitely go educate yourself on this. So anyway, Con and his brother were right in the middle of this. They were camping. One of the fugitives from that wagon train escaped that situation and went into Con and Henry's camp. And he's like, help me, please. And he was so afraid, he just kind of clung to them. And they had to travel back that way past the unaliving event. And unfortunately, when they were going by, the fugitive was recognized and he was unalived. Now, Con and Henry, they were, do you recognize their last name Young? They were distant relatives of Brigham Young. And so they were able to tell the person doing the unaliving, say, hey, look, this is our relative. You need to let us just go. And that is what ultimately happened, is they were let go. And Con ended up in Paradox Valley. Now, I like to do books where there's treasure involved, and the treasure involved is going to come with his sons. They're going to find lots of treasure, and I'm going to direct you to it if you stick with me on this book club, The Hell That Was Paradox.